The big breaking news then, Gareth Southgate will remain as England manager through to Euro 2024. Let's bring a reaction then from Gary Neville.
I think it's the right decision. I think that when I saw early last week that it was going to be discussed in the new year, I didn't think that would work really. Letting it hang for so long, I felt as though it needed to be dealt with, and I think that the fact it's come out overnight is welcome. I think that it puts it to bed. It allows everyone to focus now for the next 18 months. If there is going to be obviously a change, it's going to be after the next tournament. It means a proper succession plan can be put in place. It didn't feel right Gareth leaving, but it also didn't feel like either he or the FA had got anything lined up in their own careers or for the FA to replace Gareth. So I think that it's the right thing to do. I think that we've played well in this tournament, played well against France. We came out the wrong side of a 50-50 match. In fact, it wasn't. I thought we were a better team on the night, and that happens in football sometimes, and I know we always want an autopsy. We always want to sort of, if you like, find scapegoat or blame, but doesn't really exist for me in this tournament. I think that the players and the manager and the coach have handled themselves pretty well, accepting that, you know, losing in the quarter-final, there will be those, including myself, that will think, why can't we get over the line? But having not got over the line myself a few times, I understand it.
You spoke there about a succession plan. Obviously, Southgate's not got another job lined up at a big club. We know he does want to return to that side of football. But you speak about the FA there and them also not knowing what to do post-Southgate. How do you think they should approach it? There's obviously lots of talk about should they go for an English manager? Should they just find the best possible option?
Yeah, I mean, the real problem is there isn't a massive pool. Being honest with you, and I think that you don't actually know who's going to be available, what moment they're going to be in, the feeling around that person at the moment in time. So you say 18 months time, you could say Cooper, Howe, Potter could be the three names that you throw in the hat. Lampard, Gerrard. You could put the 4 or 5 names in the hat that we've got that are English coaches. Then you could put, say, for instance, some international coaches in there as well. But you just don't know where they're going to be in 18 months' time. Graham Potter might have had the most incredible time at Chelsea. Eddie Howe might have got Newcastle into the Champions League and be absolutely loving his time up there. We really don't know, and that's where the FA have to do their sort of work now. They have to work with Gareth, work with probably a sort of, if you like, a group of successors, and think about sort of making sure who's in the sort of, I suppose, who's available at that time, who's the best candidate at that time. Gone are the days where England can just go and grab a manager from a club, buy them out of their club contract and bring them into actually an England contract. That just doesn't happen anymore. The England job, unfortunately, isn't as precious as some of the top Premier League clubs.
Earlier, you referenced getting over the line. When we speak about the succession plan, do the FA have to go for continuity? Somebody who took a holistic approach like Southgate did with the youth setup and, you know, remedying relationships with the press and supporters? Or do they need to go for somebody who can actually get the team over the line because all those structures are already in place?
Well, but this idea that they're sort of mutually exclusive, those things, and you can't have what Gareth brought, which is respect, integrity, good football, good performances, and then win. I don't go along with that. This idea that, you know, this nice Gareth Southgate can't win a tournament with England, I don't buy into it, because we brought in Sven-Göran Eriksson, who apparently was a sort of hard winner, and so was Fabio Capello. These were coaches who'd had success at club level and didn't deliver anything like what Gareth delivered with England. So let's just put that to bed. That, you know, I heard the same at Manchester United when obviously Jose Mourinho came and he was the hard, cold winner. Now, he did win some trophies, but he couldn't get them to the top level. So this idea that over the last 10 years we've wanted a better team, more technical team, better performances, get into the latter stages of competitions, keep in possession. Gareth's done all those things, make us feel good about playing for England again, get our players respected around the world and our game respected around the world. And through the obviously performance of the England team and obviously the Premier League, I suppose growth in the last 4 or 5 years of English players, I think, definitely becoming more technical. We're in a good place, and I don't feel as though, with the women's success in the tournament, with the youth team's success, England had a really good 10 years. And I think that this idea that we need to bring in a sort of hard-nosed killer winner, and all of a sudden we'll be okay, I don't buy into it. I genuinely don't. I played with Gareth Southgate. I've known him quite a long time. He desperately wants to win. Don't sort of, if you like, be I suppose, fooled by the facade that he's just this nice guy just because he's polite when he speaks to people and he actually does press conferences where he's articulate. That, to me, doesn't transmit to being sort of, if you like, someone who's just nice in respect to the decisions he's made. You remember the way in which he's dealt with some big situations over this last few years. He's been quite hard with it, harder than a lot of England managers have been over the years who've bottled it with big names and put them straight back into the team.